Hi, I'm Steve, the introverted traveler. I've made it my mission in life to explore the beaches, deserts, mountains, and even cityscapes around us, and to do so while avoiding contact with as many people as possible. And although I will never hang out with you for any reason, I do invite you to join me on my journey. Come and see the world through the eyes of an extreme introvert. On this edition, we revisit Muir Woods National Monument near Mill Valley, California, as we hike a loop trail that takes us from the Pacific Ocean through the trees and back again. Along the way, we will see foggy coastal views, dense redwood forests, and the natural beauty of one of California's gems. This and much more on this Introverted Travels. Greetings, and once again, we're back on yet another adventure. And today, we're down here in the Bay Area, and I don't know if you can see it, but right in front of me is Highway 1. And of course, that big blue, like grayish looking thing out there, that's the Pacific Ocean. And today, we're actually covering some territory that we've already covered. Just a little bit more detail this time. So, I am on a 10-mile loop from here on Highway 1 all the way through Muir Woods National Monument, which I've done in a previous video. And if you remember in that video, I was just wandering aimlessly through the forest because I didn't actually have a map. Well, okay, let me get off this trail for a second so I don't get run over by those freaking giant toddlers on mountain bikes because they're zooming through here. So, if you remember, I didn't have a map. I was just wandering around. Well, today I have a map. I have a destination and I have a goal. It's a 10-mile loop, and we are going to do it hopefully within a few hours because it is standard time. The sun sets about 4:40 and it's already past 10 o'clock in the morning, and you know that I'm always set on tortoise speed. So we'll see if the turtle can turtle fast enough to, you know, beat the sun, but I can't guarantee. But what I can tell you is the trailhead was not full. There were a few cars, but it's also a scenic overlook for the ocean. So I don't know if they were hikers or if they were just gawkers, you know, of the ocean. However, unfortunately, as I said, I've already encountered about 4 or 5 giant mountain biking toddlers as they're zooming down what is also a hiking trail, not having any consideration for anybody else because they're mountain bike toddlers and they have murder in their veins. So, yeah, for those of you who say, well, why don't you just hike on trails with no mountain bikers? I don't know if that exists here in Northern California. All Trails, in its infinite wisdom, is always sending me on these damn trails with these freaking bike clowns. And there's no signs that separate the hikers from the bikers. No, they're multi-purpose trails, unfortunately. I know there are some that are hiker only or mountain bike only, but no, for the most part here in Northern California, and especially the Bay Area, you take your life into your own hands every time you step onto a hiking trail, because the gaggle of idiots that is the mountain biking community, they're out in full force. They're hunting for hiking victims. They're trying to run us down, but it is the way it is. Now, we're also headed in the Muir Woods, which we know is a magnet for people. So, what I'm trying to tell you today is, or what I'm trying to tell you for today's video, is that there's going to be people everywhere. I'm going to be grumpy, I'm going to be angry, and hopefully I'll get some more digs in on mountain bikes, because that's all I've seen so far. But it's going to be one of those videos, maybe, or maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. But along the way, we're going to see beautiful stuff, beautiful forest. We're going to go through the National Monument. I will breeze through that a little bit because we already covered a lot of it, but anything new, I will add in. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and let's try not to get run over. So this only took me about 1.5 miles. For most people, this time of year, it's the very beginning of December 2023 when you'll see this video. I don't know, Easter 2027, somewhere around there. I edit slower than I hike. But yeah, for most people, anything below 70 degrees, they start to put a jacket on and long pants. It's like 60 degrees. It's the beginning of December. It's about 60, 65 degrees out here. And I am sweating bullets. So, tank top and shorts it is. Glad I brought them with me. And it's weird because usually December is our coldest month here in Northern California, but so far now, it's been incredibly mild. We had a very late start to fall. We haven't really had too much freezing yet. We've had some at night, but usually in the daytime, it's like 60, 65, even here in the Bay Area, where, you know, it's supposed to be 40 degrees all the time. All right, so we just got teased a little bit. We went through some beautiful forest, and I encountered another hiker. But so far, there's only been one other hiker out here. There was a couple people on a dog near the trailhead, and of course the biking maniacs. But check this out. So the fog is rolling in. We are not quite to Muir Woods yet. We are on our way. We'll be here. We got a little bit of a tease in that little forested area, but now we're back out here. But we'll be going through in just a second. But we will be at the next set of woods in just a second. And that's where the loop begins. So onward and upward. And let's hope I only see one hiker. Oh, it would be a great day if I only saw one hiker. I mean, one is too much, but if I only got to see like one person every week, I'd be in heaven. But no, it's like one person every second. There's too many of you out there. Just way too many of you. All right, so I'm not quite to the forest yet, the main forest, but the mist is rolling in pretty hot and heavy at the moment. Well, cold and heavy, but getting barely any visibility out here. Of course, it's 11:30 in the morning, so hopefully by 2 or 3 this afternoon, this will either burn away or not be, you know, like Stephen King level thick. If I see any giant spiders or gigantic grasshoppers or something, well, I'll be sure to GoPro my decapitation and them eating every bit of me. But yeah, so far, it has been weird weather today. It was sunny when I started, and of course I'm still in a tank top and shorts, but welcome to the Bay Area. Welcome to Highway 1. Welcome to the ocean, folks, the Pacific Ocean. We're on the edge of the world, and things kind of get weird out here sometimes. Okay, so last time I was here, let's see if I can turn this without, oh, here it comes. Beauty. Oh, whoop, went too far. Oh, yeah, yes, I'm ready for my close-up. Ugh, except that was a little too close. Okay, so last time I was here, I was on the Gypsy Trail, but I was literally just wandering through the woods, having no idea where I was, so I didn't want to get lost. But now, today, luckily, I have my All Trails map, and so what we're going to do is we're going to do a loop through the entire woods. And again, this is a conglomeration of trails. I will have added the trail name to the first opening shot of this video, because I'm done memorizing and trying to repeat all trail names, because they conglomerate like 15 trails into a single name. This is a Muir Woods hike, folks, but it also goes to the ocean, and it's pretty cool. But I'm not going to tell you what All Trails calls it, because it's like blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I'll put that in the beginning of the video. But yeah, all right, let me see if I can. Oh, no, that's the wrong direction, but okay, that'll work too. You can see the beautiful woods. So right in front of us is the trail, and there's people coming, and my solitude is broken. Well, so far, this trail is meandering in and out of the woods. So at the moment, I'm not in the woods. I'm staring at the woods. The woods is straight ahead. But I guess I'm in the National Monument. I don't know where the borders are. I do know that I'm skirting around the edge of it. I'm going to be coming to the front of it. So in the last video where we were here, of course I was just wandering around in that video, but in the last video you saw me go through the main gate and it says Muir Woods and all that. We'll be going through that again today. I won't repeat much of that. I'll get some video of it, but we've already been there, we've already seen it. This is more about the gigantic 10-mile loop all the way from the ocean to the woods and back to the ocean, hence why it's a loop. But yeah, so you're not gonna see too much of what we've already seen, but that's the direction I'm headed right now. I'm gonna be going down to the main entrance, going through, then looping back up the other way, covering, I believe, some of the trails that we covered in the last video. So far it's beautiful out here. This is not taking as long as I thought it was gonna take. Again, it's about a 10-mile loop trail, but I'm actually, you know, for a turtle, it's like somebody lit a fire under my shell. I'm fast turtle today. I'm like one of those gigantic desert tortoises that, you know, just goes on a rampage and zooms as fast as it can and like knocks everything over. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google that, because it's absolutely hilarious to watch giant desert tortoises or just giant tortoises just go on rampages. So today I am the rampaging tortoise. But again, I've got about 6-7 hours of daylight. I don't want to be out here at night. It's the Bay Area. Heaven knows what will happen to me if I'm out here at night. But that's okay, because I'm going to get this done. It's beautiful. There's still some mist coming in, but I see the sun is burning it off again, so thank goodness for that. And right now, we're looking at the majestic power poles. You know, this is obviously very natural and very much a part of the natural beauty of Muir Woods. Give it to me to find power poles on a nature hike. I mean, come on. But we're gonna keep going, and I'll check back in, you know, when I'm lost and naked in the woods or something. Well, this sign speaks truth. This is not a trail. That's true. That's a sign. That's not a trail. See, this is not a trail. No, it's a sign. Okay, that's stupid even for me. Let's go. I must be getting close to the main entrance in the parking lot, because I'm hearing mundane conversations. I'm hearing hooping. I'm hearing the same thing I hear all the time when there's too many damn people around. Luckily, up to this point, it hasn't been too bad. I've seen, you know, some bike toddlers. I've seen, you know, some loud, annoying kids and some families and stuff like that, but it's been few and far between. But we're headed into the heart of the beast now, folks. Solitude doesn't exist here. Happiness doesn't exist here. The only thing that exists here are other people. The horror. So let's do this as fast as we can, because I know, having done part of this before, we can get out of the horror as fast as we can and get back up the trail. So let's hold our breath, run through the hordes of, you know, zombie whatever they are, and get going. Oh, that was an absolute piece of hell. So, all trails, being the sadistic evil app that it is, sends the trail on the side of the creek where all the people are. So, I just had to weave through families. So we got multiple generations of people that irritate me. I had to see children screaming. I had to see grandparents going, hey, look at that. I had to see people talking about trees. It's a tree. You don't need to talk about it. Just shut up and look at it. I had to weave in and out of crowds. That was the fastest I've walked in a while. And it was flat ground, so it was relatively easy, but I did the whole, like, the cool part of the National Monument that everybody, you know, pays a lot of money to come and look at. I did in about 5 minutes because I was jetting out of there. Now, of course, I'm up the trail a little bit. This is the trail that I showed in my last video. So I'm not really going to show a lot of this trail today because, again, you could go look at that last video. But what I will say is we're about 6.5 miles in. It is only about 1:30-ish or so. So hopefully I'll be able to make it back to my car before night falls and before the dire wolves come out and try to eat me. But right now, I'm still recovering, having to be near all those people. Oh, it was awful. It was awful. They're talking to each other and they're right next to each other. They're not hiding in their house. Who doesn't hide in their house from other people? I mean, I don't understand it. I don't get humanity, folks. I really don't. I mean, why even have a house and you can't hide in it? I mean, come on. Why are you out here? I'm out here. Go away. Go, shoot, get. Well, not you. You're watching me, so you're okay. But everybody else who's around me, go away. Well, even though the signs down in the main park, the main monument, said that this trail was open during the weekend, and the All Trails app said the same thing. Unfortunately, that does not look open. That looks very not open, and it doesn't look safe. And all these signs say closed, and there's no open on the weekend sign here. So there is an alternative route. It adds a little bit, but I actually don't think it adds that much because it mostly parallels the trail on All Trails. So I get to go the alternative route, which is up this way, and I get to listen to All Trails tell me for like 2 miles or 1.5 miles or whatever that I'm on the wrong trail. I'm on the wrong trail. Go, blah, 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 blah. But hey, if whatever's going on here results in a safer, nicer trail, I'll support it. I'll stay out. Let's do the responsible thing, folks, and take the alternative route. If the sign said it's open on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, which the sign in the valley did say, but this one doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and also there's like a hand cart, metal thing sticking out of the stairs. And yeah, it doesn't look safe. Well, here's my alternative route. Anybody want some firewood? I'm just gonna climb over it because, I mean, how many of these things have we encountered where there's like a downed tree? And it's not a big deal, but, you know, adds to the narrative. Gives me something to focus on other than other people and hating them the way I do. Now I can hate on tree branches. There's too many downed trees, ladies and gentlemen, and my non-binary pals. Too many damn down trees. It's a shame to waste a good tree like that, ain't it? Okay, I'm going back to the use of proper grammar now. Okay. I'm officially on the TCC trail, which will take me back to the Dipsy trail, which will take me back to where I'm supposed to be. However, there's hooting, there's hollering. I mean, it was beautiful for a while. There was no one out here, and they found me. The humanity found me. Let's get out of here as fast as we can. I think I'm done. I think I've been done with people since I was born, but I'm especially done today. Well, I've officially made it back to my Dipsy trail. I'm back on the All Trails map. And of course, the minute I reach this trail, people. I am almost done, folks. Well, I have a couple more miles left, but I am out of the National Monument. I'm out of the main loop. Jeez, I gotta really practice better camera work here. So I'm out of the main loop and I'm back basically on the part that I've already covered. A little bit still left to cover here, but I'm going to be headed back down that narrow mountain bike, you know, targeting path where they hunt us hikers, they get us in their sights, and they run us over. I hear people. I gotta go. Let's go. Well, I'm officially in the fog. This is going to be lovely to drive home in, but at the moment I'm hiking in it, and it's not bad. It's quiet out here. I haven't seen another person for like 20 minutes, and that's 20 minutes of solitude and peace that I will always cherish. But we are also at the point of the hike and at the point of the video where it is time, just checking for stragglers here, it is time for our trail rating. So today, on this particular trail, this is a conglomeration of trails that goes up from Highway 1 all the way over to the John Muir Woods, through the woods, looped around, and then back to Highway 1. There are parts of this trail that have been wonderfully secluded that I've gone for a fairly significant amount of time with not having to see anybody, not having to talk to anybody, not having to hear anybody's ridiculous conversations, not having to hear kids screaming, you know, the good stuff. But then there's been parts of this hike where it's been absolutely miserable. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 representing the worst possible scenario for an introvert, and that's Disneyland on the 4th of July, and the number of screaming people and screaming children and screaming people in costume and mascots everywhere. That's a nightmare. That's a 1. On the other end of the spectrum is a 10, which represents the most heavenly, wonderful thing on earth, and that is being alone in a field in Antarctica, just a snowfield with you and the penguins. That's just wonderful. That is the greatest thing for an introvert. Nobody around for thousands of miles. And that's what we should all strive to achieve. So on that scale, this one's going to get about a 3, unfortunately. There's just too many people in that monument. They let in too many people. I think I hear people. So I'll wrap this up as fast as I can. So we're going to do a 3 on the introversion scale and misery index, which measures how miserable I am, you know, overall on the hike. That's a 1 to 5 scale, with 1 being a fantasy because it's not misery and I'm always miserable to some degree or another, and 5 being absolutely horribly miserable. Right now I'm at about a 3, 2.5, somewhere around there. Inside that monument with all those people screaming, oh, I was like at a 5,000. It was just, that was off the charts. There was no measurement for the amount of misery that large crowds caused me. Right now, out here in the fog, and I'm about to go through a little bit of a forest, and then I'm going to pop out the other side and go down to my car. I'm doing fine. About a 2.5 or so. So, those are our ratings. Let's keep going, and let's get the hell out of here. All right, unfortunately, I'm not exactly sure, well, where I am because look at this. I mean, seriously, it's getting thick out here. It's gonna be wonderful to drive in this. And Highway 1, I don't know if any of you have ever taken Highway 1, but it's quite an adventure even on a sunny day. But according to my All Trails map, if I'm desperate and blind as far as navigation goes, and I have nothing else to tell me where I am and how far away things are, I guess All Trails will have to do. But it's telling me that my car is coming up soon. I'm estimating probably a little less than a mile. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this now. But before I do, quick recap. We are out on Highway 1 today. We did a loop trail that went through Muir Woods National Monument. Along the way, We saw those beautiful trees that make up those woods. We saw the ocean when the ocean was visible. We saw fog. At one point I saw a banana slug, but I don't think I got that on film. And of course, as always, we saw way too many damn people. But luckily there was still some seclusion and there was still some happiness. And I mean, I'm by the ocean. I can never be that miserable when I'm by the ocean. But it is time. So, you know what I'm about to say. Stay introverted, everyone. And I'll see you in the next adventure.